secrets and Easter eggs have been around since the early arcade games back in the 70s, with Starship 1 being the first video game to ever include an Easter egg. But Mortal Kombat is known for being one of those games that helped popularize the entire concept of hidden content, especially among fighting games. In this list, we're looking into the most intriguing Easter eggs, secrets, and references in Mortal Kombat. Number 1. The Noob-Smoke Easter Egg. Noob Saibot is a master when it comes to manipulating the shadows and using its powers to summon clones of himself that can help him decimate his opponents. But interestingly enough, when selecting classic Noob Saibot while pressing start in MK9, his shadow clone gets replaced by smoke when performing an X-ray or a fatality. This is actually a reference to the Noob-Smoke unit back in Mortal Kombat Deception.
Noob-Smoke, flawless victory.
Number 2. A tribute to Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is one of the many fighting games that happened thanks to Mortal Kombat, since it is the franchise that influenced its creation back in the mid-90s. But it seems that Mortal Kombat developers liked the design and moveset of certain characters that Square came up with, particularly Fulgore, one of the series' most iconic characters. Curiously enough, there's a combo for Cyrax in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance called Fulgore, which takes elements from the original Fulgore from the Killer Instinct franchise. Number 3. The movie references.
You've got to be shitting me.
No, I am not shitting you.
There are several references to different movies throughout the Mortal Kombat installments. For instance, Johnny Cage's outfit in the first entry is practically identical to that which Van Damme wore in the movie Bloodsport. In fact, Johnny's iconic nut punch is also inspired by the same move that earned Van Damme victory in his final battle. Besides, his Here's Johnny fatality is an homage to the 1980 horror movie The Shining, where Jack Torrance tears a crack through a door with an axe.
Here's Johnny!
Kano's eye implant was also directly based on Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where the T-800's right side of his face begins to peel off from damage, revealing his mechanical interior. Speaking of the Terminator, there is a scene in Shaolin Monks where Scorpion appears to give the thumbs up while he's being dragged into the lava, a blatant reference to the same movie where John Connor lowers the Terminator into the liquid metal. Number 4. The reverse language. There are several hidden secrets and Easter eggs scattered all over the different game modes throughout the installments. Take for example this beastly creature that pops up out of nowhere in MKX's Crypt mode. Similarly, in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode, you can come across many characters that seem to speak a foreign mysterious language, but in truth, they speak English, only in reverse.
The spirit of Liu Kang will live on.
Number 5. The Unused Content. There are many moves, hidden messages, and even fatalities that were never used in almost every Mortal Kombat entry. Take for example this unused move from Mortal Kombat 1, which shows Johnny Cage doing some sort of a flip. This move was eventually added to Johnny's arsenal in MK Deadly Alliance and most of the entries that followed. Additionally, in MK9, Liu Kang was supposed to say the usual kung fu gibberish while executing his iconic bicycle kick, just like in previous installments. But for some reason, developers opted not to use these sound effects and Liu Kang was eventually silent while executing this move. Number 6. The secret behind the names.
My name is Hanzo Hasashi!
As the name suggests, there is a secret behind the names of certain characters in Mortal Kombat. For instance, the adjective borracho, which means drunk in Spanish, felt Asian sounding to some of the Deadly Alliance developers and therefore decided to create an entire character named Borracho and gave him a role of a drunken master of martial arts.
It is good to see you again. As promised, I will now impart to you my most powerful techniques.
Similarly, Malvado's original name was Malvado, which means evil in Spanish, but the developers then didn't believe that the character's storyline fit his name, so they decided to tweak it a little and gave him a darker appearance to suit his role a little bit better.
But know that I too am opposed to Shang Tsung and everything that is wrong in this place. Know that the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Thank you.
Number 7. The Predator Easter Eggs. When the Predator became a playable character in Mortal Kombat, developers included some hidden Easter eggs along with him. These include references to two famous scenes from the 1987 Predator movie. You can find the first one by selecting Commando Johnny Cage and Carl Weathers Jax to fight against each other. Right before the load screen starts, Cage will give Jax a handshake while shouting, "You son of a bitch." This is a reference to the famous handshake given to Carl Weathers by Major Alan Dutch.
You son of a bitch.
The second Easter egg is shown in the intro dialogue between Boraicho and the Predator.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
These words were uttered by Major Dutch when he saw the monster for the first time.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Even when Aaron Black performs his X-ray on the Predator, the name that appears on the loaded bullet spells Ugly Mofo in reference to the same scene.
Bullseye.
Number 8. The Ultimate Secret Menus. Also known as the Ed Boon menus, are hidden lists that Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon personally programmed for the players to discover in the first 3 Mortal Kombat installments. Due to the complexity of the code that it takes to gain access to the menus, they remained undiscovered for over 2 decades until a YouTuber named Your MK Arcade Source unveiled the secret codes. The menus allow players to see the characters ending without having to beat the game, enter your initials, and much more.
That was pathetic.
Number 9. The Secret Characters.
Feel the power of
Mortal Kombat is known for being the first ever fighting game to include secret characters. To reach them, one must meet specific conditions, often challenging ones, in order to face them in combat. Among the fighters that appeared as secret characters throughout the Mortal Kombat entries are Noob-Smoke, Smoke, Reptile, and many more.
Smoke. Smoke is dead. I am an Ninra.
Would you like me to dig into other games' Easter eggs? Let me know in the comment section below. For more, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Game Illusion.